Chicken Dad, so proud and sweet, dancing to an old-time beat. Fluffy chick in cozy nest, with giant buns they do their best. Spin around in gentle grace, feathers flying all over the place. Chicken Dad and Chick obey, ballet moves come out to play. Twirling round the kitchen floor, laughter echoing, give them more. Big soft buns and pirouette, best friends anyone could get. In the barnyard shadows gleam, Chicken Dad in a positive dream. Chicky laughs and Bun does bow, timeless dance in here and now. Morning light and evening fall, dancing feathers all for all. Through the day and through the night, ballet brings them pure delight. Spin around in gentle grace, feathers flying all over the place. Chicken Dad and Chick obey, ballet moves come out to play.
Kids run wild and free. Through his thick lenses, he sees their broken dreams. Jake, Stephen, Weatherall, hard on every chord, sings the pains away. Music is his sword. Lucy, never tire. Cooking storms, baker's flame. Giant Bunz in the game. Iron pumping, strength reveal. Pro wrestling, break and kneel. Hula Molly's fury, bunnies hop. Waffle pound laughs, Lucy flops. Red hair demon, chaos spread. Floofy Lucy's joy never rests. Cooking madness, ovens roar. Workouts burn, muscles soar. Lucy leaps, fur of might, baking wrath. Cookie fight, pro wrestling, power play. Metal storms, night and day. Waffle pounds, laughter, Steven screams loud. Red hair flares, never bowed. Floofy Lucy flops, spirits lift. Cooking heat, strength and get. Excess fury, bunnies dash. Wrestling chaos, bodies crash. Metallica's riffs, AJ Punk cry. Holy moly's fire, reach the sky. Red hair demon, chaos spread. Floofy Lucy's joy never rests. Cooking madness, always roar. Workouts burn, muscles soar. Lucy leaps, fur of might, baking wrath. Cookie fight, pro wrestling, power play. Metal storms, night and day. Waffle pounds, laughter, Steven screams loud. Red hair flares, never bowed. Floofy Lucy flops, spirits lift. Cooking heat, strength and get. Texas fury, bunnies dash. Wrestling chaos, bodies crash. Metallica's riffs, AJ Punk cry. Hula Molly's fire, reach the sky. Reach the sky.
Out in the yard when the moon is high. Oh yeah. There's a deer named Funky Bones. Don't be shy. He tiptoes softly, looking for a treat. Captain Kira's got apples good enough to eat. Oh yeah. Funky Bones with his groove, moving to the beat. Kira's got the apples, they're so sweet. Coming close, just a nibble. Don't be afraid. Look at them dance. It's a backyard rave. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. Don't you hide. Kira's got the apples open wide. Funky Bones, Funky Bones. It's a funky party, just you and me. Hey, hey. Under the stars, they share a little bite. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. A funky connection, everybody knows. Now every night, when the moon is high, Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. They share a moment in the cool night air. A funky kind of magic only they can share. Funky Bones. don't you hide. Oh yeah. Kira's got the apples open wide. Coming close, just a nibble. Don't be afraid. No afraid. Look at them dogs. Funky bones. Don't you hide. Oh yeah. Kira's got the apples. Funky bones. Funky bones. Oh yeah. It's a funky party, just you and me. Hey, hey,
Under
Under the stars, they share a little bite. Yeah. Captain Kira and Funky Bones feeling right. With every step, the friendship grows. Funky connection. Everybody knows now every night when the moon is high. Kira's in the yard, Funky Bones nearby. They share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share. Funky Bones, Funky Bones, don't you hide. Kira's got the apples open wide. Share a moment in the cool night air. Funky kind of magic only they can share.
Little gray luncheon in the hay, chewing, skipping, never stays. Backyard wild, gotta play, jumping, running every day. Grass is green under the sky, little gray lets it all fly. Muddy paws, he don't care why, wings of earth, he is so high. Freedom in his story flight, sun and moon his only guide. No more walls, no cage inside, little gray so wild inside. Bossy grind, he's on the move, no one's rules, he's got his groove. Nature's beat, he feels the soothe, little gray always to prove. Under stars, under dreams, world ain't small, so it seems. Little gray's got big schemes, life rolls on in flowing streams. Hay for breakfast, sun for noon, stars and moonlight come so soon. Little gray under night's tune, backyard life's a wild cartoon.
Teeny scrappy rabbit on a naughty spree. Bananas from cat pits in Korea, quick to flee. Teasing sisters jumping wild and free. Leapfrogging over Posh spice, too stealthy for me. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planters sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Tiny eyes glinting, always on the prowl. Moving through the shadows, stealthy as an owl. Captain Stash pilfered, making her scowl. Teeny's got agility, swift as a howl. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planter sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night, feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Cookie bags crumble, Teeny hears the call. Ears twitch, nose sniff, eats it all. Planter sitting, feeling 10 feet tall. Life's a grand adventure, loving it all. Few tons of playgrounds, Teeny roams at night, feasting on treasures hidden out of sight. Teasing Posh spice, leaving her in plight. Adventures in the moonlight, bunny delight. Captain's fast, but Teeny never slow. Running through hay mangers, nimbly on tiptoe. Heartbeats wild in on the show. Teeny's grand adventure, give her a toy. Give her a toy. Teeny's grand adventure, loving it all.
Dusty the rabbit, all covered in hay, building her nest like it's time to play. Big floppy ears and a mischievous twitch. In the yard, she's always digging a ditch. She sneaks through with a hop and a skip, eyes wide open, just looking for a trip. Suspicious, she is not denying that fact. Playful trickster, always up to some act. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the way she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything green. Dusty, Dusty, always so sly, with your floppy ears reaching for the sky. She's a Flemish giant with a heart so bold. Every story about her just has to be told. Dusty the rabbit, always in the know, running in circles with a gleeful glow. Dusty, Dusty, where have you been? Rolling in the hay, making everything She cuddles in the sun just for a snooze, dreaming about the ways she can build a nest. Her fluffy tail wiggles when she's on the go. Naughty little Dusty, always stealing the show.
Donkey the rabbit munching cookies all night. Sugar Rush plays in a crazy delight. Nibbling faces in a frenzied haze. Friends confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite mark stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Inkle face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies come, big brother falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.
He's a rabbit that can't get enough. Cookies, loves to munch, munch, munch every day. Can't get enough. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating, because he's a cookie king. He would eat the cookies until he turns into a cookie himself. He's a king of eating cookies. Can't get enough of them. He will never, ever, ever stop eating them. Keep them Down to the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops. Eat the cookie. He's a cookie king. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher.
named Kira, with beautiful brown locks and eyes that sparkle. Every day at twilight, she dances through the meadow with bunnies by her side as the sun starts to retire. One bunny turned to two, and two turned to a dozen. But Captain Kira's heart's forever filled with love. Her kingdom now enchanted, a ballet of soft footsteps, magical melodies carried on wings of a dove. Ballerina princess, her bunnies by your side, a twirl and a pirouette as dreams come alive. Captain Kira dances, her heart so full of bliss, in a world enchanted where love will always persist. It's Stevie! It's Stevie! Oh, gosh. Donkey, is that you? Oh, Donkey is constructing. He is in his castle box. He is doing some very serious construction in there. Hi. How are my bunnies? Someone has dug a lot of the food out of the food dish. Very nice, very nice. Oh, presence of the majestic Captain Kira, Queen of the Bunz. Oh, I don't deserve that. You are so kind, Hewlin Mall. Hewlin Mod, my main man moderator, as I like to call you. Hewlin Mall, did you hear what Jack said on Waffle Phone today? He was like, Hewlin Molly, Molly. And I was laughing so hard. I was like, wait, did he just say Hewlin Molly? I think methinks Jack's been watching Giant Bunz. Okay, let's get to food. Let's get to food, everyone. Okay, what are we gonna do? Donkey? Okay, Donkey's gonna go first. All the girls are coming back. Everyone's coming back to have nummies. Is Donkey gonna? Oh, he's gonna take a break from his construction work to come out. Oh, very good boy. He's the goodest boy. And then we have the boys. Boys side. Boys, boys, boys. Lovely salad, ensalada. Ensalada por los conejos, los conejitos, muy más grandes. Los conejitos, muy, muy grandes. Okay. Okay, here we go, babies. Look at all this. Look, that looks muy delicioso. Those couldn't find our normal sweet potatoes, so those big orange things are actually giant carrots, locally grown. I don't know what they're feeding those carrots. Do we have like a nuclear reactor nearby or something? Because those carrots are abnormally large. They're big. And but then I found these purple. These are the purple food potatoes that Kirsty Tillman loves. Found some of those. Let's see. Do we have everyone? What did you provide? Yes, we do. Okay,
Breakfast. My drink downstairs. Oh well. Maybe I'll get it. Yeah, I'll get it before I read. So how is everyone? How are all my buddies in the chat? Oh my goodness. Enter punk, Western wrestling hung. He has a pet chipmunk. Welcome to AJ Punk. Coolin' Punk's in the house. Oh yeah, it's our wrestling. It's our special Giant Bunz wrestling team, Coolin' Punks. New wrestling video out now. AJ Punk. I need to one of these days I need to figure out how to I gotta get the laptop back in here. If I can ever get to the laptop to turn on again. Just been having some trouble. But to be able to play all your all's videos on here. Wouldn't that be fun? Promote your videos, AJ Punk. And like if I found like a funny video or cute animal video or something, and I could play it for you guys. I need to step it up a notch, guys. We lost a subscriber. We were 333, then we were 334. 333 was actually really cool. Now we have one less sub and we have 333 again, which is kind of cool in a way, but also I'm like, oh, maybe I need to like step it up a notch. Like, do I need to tap dance? Do I need to do the splits again? I'm not sure. Sure. Do we need to get like a pet capybara or like a small whale in a tank or something to do like a cross species kind of a special thing? Wait a minute. Holy smokes. Captain Kira looks like a Vogue model. Oh, AJ Punk, where are you? Oh, AJ Punk. What a lucky pet chipmunk has AJ Punk. I am now not in a funk because I've been called model by a hunk. And believe me, he ain't no monk. I'm not gonna I know that junk could rhyme with that. I'm not gonna do anything because that would be really weird. This is a live stream about bunny rabbits. Um, bunk, funk. Yeah, I think I should just quit while I'm ahead. Um, muy bueno ensalada. Muchas gracias, Mulin Muli. Sounds like your laptop needs a new bag. Oh, yeah, maybe that might be right. Whatever happened to uploading 3 shorts a day from YouTube mobile? Oh, the 3 shorts a day. Okay, that was from YouTube mobile. Never really used the YouTube mobile thing. Uh, I guess I could. It's a great idea, Mickey and L. Mickey, what a pity you don't understand. You take me by the heart when you take me by the hand. Oh, Mickey, we're so happy that you're on the buns. When you're in the chat, oh, we're gonna have some funs. Mickey. Hey, Mickey and L. Once again, well, thank you for that is a fabulous idea. I need to get on that because we need more subs. I mean, the sub and who wasn't right. What are they now? And what are they doing? Are they watching Awful Pone or something? What's going on? But I'm very glad you're here. I know you are time zone challenged, so it's very, very sweet that you made the effort to stop in. So I thank you. Kristen Cheyenne Star, Triple R, ranch dressing smoothie K-Dog, aka the Mustard Queen. She's into house. She's into chat. She made an awesome song, you guys. And if I were to play it on my phone, I don't think my audio would pick it up because of the app thing where one cancels out the other's audio and camera. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But you guys, wait, wait, is it on the Discord, Kristen, or did you just DM it to me? Uh, okay, first of all, I don't know if you want me to put it on the Discord or if you want to, but I think you guys, Kristen made me the most beautiful, touching, fun, vibrant, danceable song. She just kind of asked me for 4 keywords to start with, and then she just kind of went with it. And can I just say, Keeks Majikster is in the song, my nickname from her. So I was touched. I was thrilled. I seriously love the song, Kristen. You're really talented. And I thank you. And when she sent it to me, I was washing all of my giant wool rugs, that are like all the I don't have carpet in the house, but I have all these rugs. And I was washing them with my shampoo because they're wool and I don't think they're even supposed to be washed. It's kind of a long story, but they needed to be washed. So I had the hose out and I was scrubbing them with the shampoo. I was like massaging them like, like you'd massage your scalp. So that was really, boy, that was an awesome time, let me tell you. And I had to roll them up and like try to drain them over my railing on my deck. And you know what? Giant wet woolen rugs, they heavy. They a little bit heavy. Kirsten Mustard Star. Kirsten Mustard Star. That's how you say your name in the Netherlands, Kristen. That's how they say your name in Dutch. Just so you know. Mikey, I believe, was speaking Dutch. He spoke your name in Dutch. Um, I can put it on the Discord. Yay! Kristen, since I don't think you've asked it yet, how was your day today? Because I don't think I was really busy. I was out all morning well into the afternoon. Came home, had to do the rugs, finished the rugs, had to get ready for the Bunz for the stream. That was basically my day. I've been doing a lot, but um how was your day, Kristen? And everyone else, how was your day? Teeners. Wait, that's not teeners. That's teeners. That's dumb. I got a little nudge from mama. Yes, this is the best girl in the world. This girl right here. I'm so glad to see everyone's eating nicely. Everyone's very hungry. Jabba, look at you, Jabba Chipper Shredder. Yeah, he's the best girl. And this is the best boy. He has to get himself in the platter. He's in the salad platter. He's participating with the salad. He is one with the salad. Es el uno con la ensalada. El, la ensalada. Oh, Dunkers, he's hiding under the hay manger. What a buddy, what's eating your salad? Okay, I gotta go see Donkey. Why is he? Oh, look at this. Love her black tail. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gosh, can I see your black tail? Can I show everyone this pure? Oh my gosh, it's like a puppy dog too. She's so chill. What a nice girl. Thank you for letting me pet your tail and show everyone your pretty tail. Do I not have the world's prettiest rabbits? I mean, look at this. Look at this little Disney doe-eyed, long black eyelash bunny. I mean, look. And then we got the rat thing. We got we got Jabba. We got a big blob of a rabbit. I mean, I just love looking at Jabba. Little Gray is just my little heartbreaker. Uh, he has been called the wiener dog wallaby wannabe, kind of somewhere between a wiener dog face and a wallaby. They each have their own look. They each have their own look. But how's everyone? Please tell me how everyone is. Your day was back, Kristen. You miss Casey back? You know what's funny? Someone I was talking to today was just talking about Casey. That's so funny, Mikey. That is hilarious. Chris, Crystal with the K, special K. Oh, Crystal, special K. Olay. I'm so excited to see Crystal K. She really made my day. Olay. Oh, I would just want to get this. Oh, she kicked the food. Yes, she kicked the food. Yes, she did. What's going on in this box? You guys have really dug out the back of that box. Excellent. Excellent. Go see Donkey. What is going on with Donkey? He, Donkey, what is going on? Donkey. Is he Donkey? Do you need another cookie? Oh, he doesn't look happy. Wait, maybe. Okay, I'm getting him a cookie. I'm getting him a cookie. This is strange, but I think I'm gonna see what is going on if he gets a cookie. We have to be sneaky though. Really sneaky because they're all gonna hear the cookie bag. Okay, now he's emerging. He's emerging. Wait, what do I? To what to my wondering eyes did appear? But a woody woodland loop cookie. Whoops. Move this. Okay, I gotta have room to sit in here. Donkey, we have a lot of stuff in your room right now. This place is really full. But okay, so did you eat some of your kale? Right. All right, you ate some of your kale. Okay. I was just a little worried, Donkey. I saw you hiding under your hay manger. I didn't know what that meant. Okay. But yeah, guys, it's Friday. It is Friday. What? Woody Woodland Loop. Speak of the cookie. Of the cookie, Woody Woodland Loop. Oh, he was summoned. He was summoned by Donkey eating a cookie, and Woody Woodland Loops is there. Casey is a good guy. Senor Loop-de-Loop. Human Mall is an autofill suggestion on my keyboard. Mine too. Mine too. I think even Hoolan is now a suggestion on mine. All is right in Donkey's world now that he had cookies. Yeah, apparently, look, now he's going for all of his the rest of his food. He was a little sulky. He shoved himself underneath the hay manger and he was like, ugh, This food, it's okay. I mean, she went to the store and she got me organic, colorful produce, but like, you know, it has to be served with a cookie. I need a cookie appetizer, and now I'm fine, but I needed that cookie appetizer. I think Donkey also needed Woody Woodland Loops to be in the chat because he's apparently he's apparently totally recovered. You're currently on a walk, but it's getting darker. Yeah, it's pretty darn dark out here. I can see like a little twilight, like the sky is kind of a pretty deep dark blue. But yeah, it got dark. What is it? 8:24. It's getting darker earlier as will happen in the fall. Ugh, is it already fall? I mean, you guys, it was like 88 degrees here. I mean, and I think tomorrow and Sunday it's going to be hot too. I am so excited though, guys. I am going to go kayaking tomorrow on a river and I'm going to look for papas and like stuff like that. I'm very excited. Does anyone Oh, and I'm seeing a concert with like a large group of friends. Large and in charge group of friends. I just got word from Chicken Dad that he's coming along too. You know him, you love him. He hasn't been on the stream in a while, but I'm gonna make him get on the stream again. I'm gonna have him over for dinner. Once all my rugs are clean and dry, I'm gonna put my dining room and my house back together. You guys, I had to move all the furniture in my house to get these rugs out. I have so much furniture piled into the back of my like the back against the wall of my staircase in my living room. It's like, I mean, I basically had to move out of my main floor of my house. But it's all gonna be worth it. It's all gonna be worth it. But we will have Chicken Dad over soon. In fact, I don't know if I don't know if I could make that happen on Sunday. It might be too short notice to We'll see, we'll see. I don't know. But I'm getting together with Chicken Dad on Sunday and a lot of other people. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna see some concert and there's gonna be ballet and just it's gonna be nice. Um, you got yelled at by a teacher at lunch, and the teacher that yelled at me was the choir teacher. Tell her you first of all, you don't want to be yelled at. You want her to anything she has to tell you, she has to sing to you. Okay? With proper diction and proper vocal support from her diaphragm, okay? Tell her Captain Kira said that, and, tell her you also would like to be in she's probably don't get on bad terms with the choir director, you belong in the choir, Kristen. You wanna be in the choir, you don't wanna be hated by the choir director, but yeah, again, tell her there's no speaking when you're the choir director, you only want singing, okay? She'll love that. She will think that's cheeky but funny, and she'll say, "Will you please join the choir?" She'll say, "Please, Christian Cheyenne Star Triple R, I've heard about you and your beautiful voice, and I've heard that you also have piano skills, and so you could accompany us on the piano during our choir performance and rehearsals." Donkey apologized to you on Discord? Oh, Donkey, that's so mature of you. He was just because he was going through cookie withdrawals. Oh gosh. Hey, I'm the first to say I understand cookie withdrawal. Last weekend of the summer, Monday is Oh, really? Okay, so we are still in summer. Okay, that makes me happy. Press and Drippy, Press Dorian and Drippy. Drippity doo. drippity doo da, drippity yay. My oh my, what a drippity day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Drippity doo da. Whoa, drippity yay. Mr. Drippy's on my shoulder. Can't remember all the words. The absolutely drippy factuals. Drippity doo da, drippity yay. Okay. Prestorian, our beloved giant Bunz historian. He's just driven in from Lothlorien while driving in his DeLorean, while dressed as the Mandalorian Prestorian. And he's listening along to chants Gregorian while playing along on his accordion, but with only one arm so he won't crash his car. It's Prestorian. And then he'll go home to his lovely girlfriend, who happens to be a Salvadorian. And she's at home making some Samorian. And then after they watch Giant Bunz and they've been listening to 1984, they'll fall asleep. And then we'll all be a snoring. Okay. But yeah, welcome Drippy, new Drippy Dripsters in the chat. I have seen you around before. Fabuloso. Yeah, what do you have? 10 people in the chat. Okay, that's so funny. We've had about 9 consistently, but now with Drippy, you are we got a clean 10. Awesome. What's going on in your world, Mr. Drippy Dripsters? Lettuce is good for bunnies, right? Mans love it. How much should they eat? Well, let's see here. So Donkey, this is just, he's got his own little serving for himself. I gave him, now Donkey's a big guy. Let's see. This is probably, this is kind of a lot. I gave Donkey this, I'll show you, Drippy. This is how much I give one Flemish giant rabbit, but I don't know. They don't all get this much. Donkey's kind of special because he gets his own little tray. How big are your bunnies? Drippy? Okay, wait, let me remember this. Because you have 2 different types of rabbits, don't you, Drippy? Oh, shoot, and I can't remember what they are now. Is one a lop? But yeah, this particular lettuce, the romaine lettuce, is their favorite. And I have heard from my vet that this is a very good lettuce for them. I don't really know why. I know that romaine has a high vitamin and mineral content. You know what I mean? It's actually got nice greenery and so, but one of their, and then they love this kale, that dark green lumpy kale. And then what is he having now? He's having a purple sweet potato. They like those. And then he's got some carrot. What else? Parsley. Parsley. He loves cilantro. I think I forgot to get cilantro. Whoops. I was looking for it, but I'm like, oh gosh. I mean, I had a bag of 3 huge bunches of parsley, but then I thought, okay, I must have just forgotten to get cilantro. But yeah, I mean, also, oh my God, Hooks is in the house. Hook, I was just thinking Hooks is in the house like yesterday. So good to see you, Hook. Oh my gosh, you know him, you love him. He's another pro wrestling hunk. Hook the Hunk slogan. We got AJ Punk. We got Hook slogan. We got Moolin Mooly. We got like 3. We got like a Giant Bunz Wrestling trio in the chat. Oh my gosh, this is just killer. It's just killer. We got all the hunka munkas in the chat. Yeah, you got a Holland Lop and a okay, you got a New Zealand White. The Lop is a boy, the White Rabbit is a girl. So, okay. I mean, you have to understand that I'm no expert, Drippy, and I don't wanna tell you anything that's wrong, but I mean, I think you can err on the side of too much sugar if you give them a bunch of fruit and stuff like that, and even carrots can be a little sugary, but I think with the green, I mean, you can be generous. I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, that's really this time of year especially, this is the kind of stuff that they would be eating outside. They'd be going around, eating grasses and any, vegetation and weeds they can find, and, I honestly think the greens portion of eating is, now again, something that I was told by the vet is I think that she said like 85% of their food should be hay versus like 15% pellets. But I mean, you don't even have to feed them a lot of pellets, really. But the whole vegetable thing I think is really important. So here, I'm gonna try to show you. So like here's Donkey's sweet potato and his carrots. Now you have to understand that Donkey is probably close to 20 pounds, okay? So, but here is his food. This is his kale, and he's already eaten some of the kale. And then here's his parsley, and he's already eaten some of the parsley. So I think this is probably a little bit too much lettuce. I think he will eat it eventually, but the thing is, they don't really overeat this stuff unless your rabbit is like, I don't know, different than mine. They tend to, eat some of it and then they'll save some of it for later, but they don't really gorge on the green stuff. I do think if you give them fruit, you can overdo it because too much sugar will kick their like intestinal balance out of whack. So just don't give them too much fruity, sugary stuff. And I personally don't feed any dried fruit, but um, and I've kind of stopped giving them bananas. I don't really give them bananas. I think bananas are just too sweet, at least for mine. But but yeah, guys, what is going on? I'm so glad to see Hook. We got a bundle of brawlers. Yeah. Yeah, we do. We got a fun bundle of hunksta, wrestling hunkstas. Keeks Majeeks to K-Dog. I love my nickname. I gave him about half a leaf of lettuce to share. I mean, you can do more than that, Drippy. I think that would be fine. I mean, the thing is, I know it's expensive to buy produce. I have 9 rabbits, but, like, I just kinda go crazy with buying the produce because I feel like it's I don't know, I buy organic stuff for them, and I feel like it's one thing that I can do that might possibly increase their health and prevent problems. I think it's a lot I mean, in a way, it's a lot cheaper to prevent problems than it is to treat problems, like, once they get a cancer or once you know what I mean? They develop some disorder, so, um, hope everyone is doing well, especially the Bunz. You know what? They are doing well, Hook. I think we've reached they've got their new fancy floor, the bunny room is doing well, it's pretty easy to clean, and it's, like, nice. It's, like, nice in here, it, like, doesn't smell, and um the old tarp flooring was just so yucky, it was so hard to keep it nice. Chunky donkey. Estoy construido como un hombre. Wait, construido como un hombre. You're built like a man? I think that's what you just said. You are a tall girl, Kristen. You got some height genes. I'm a little jelly, I will tell you. Are they still streaming? Wow. Wait, what were they? Oh, they were debating is pot overrated? Is weed overrated? Yeah, it was interesting. I like listening to stuff like that. I love when Steven gets all hyped up about a cause, about well, anything. I mean, you guys, I just like listening to Steven, let's face it. But that's cool. That's cool. I'm sad to be missing it, frankly, but, I was watching them earlier and, uh, as much as I could, but I was kinda oh my gosh. What the Sluggo, you are huge. Like, whale. And then we've got Dusty. This is a lot of bun. Oh my god, what are you eating? Stir? And look at these ears. Look at these mule ears. They are the size of a mule's ears. This. I just love you, Sluggy. I just love you. Sluggo was watching me roll up all the big rugs today to take outside. Yeah, you were keeping me company, but like I can't even. Okay, here's my hand fully stretched out, you guys, on Sluggy. He is just so wide. I can't even get my hand around him. These frog legs, froggity legs. Dusty's tail. His tail's up against Sluggy. That's so cute. And then we got Gwynch. Gwynch is like a normal size rabbit. As far as a Flemish giant, he's just a normal size. But between Dusty and Sluggo are each like 23 pounds. That's 46 pounds of rabbit just right here. Guys, I'm really impressed. Um, I'm gonna sit in the corner for a little bit. So Captain Kira is gonna go boating tomorrow, God willing. God willing, if I have a very early time that I'm supposed to leave. I hope I can make that happen. And Mikey, you're still here. Slug. Oh wait, does Sluggo have a song? Wait, Sluggo. So wait, that's Dusty's song. Uh, yeah, Sluggo's songs sound like if you knew Sluggo like I knew Sluggo. You guys, we have so many awesome people in the chat. This is like OG, like all of our original Giant Buns fans. Plus we got Drippy. Drippy's kind of new. Drippy has 2 bunny rabbits. And I love that you're like asking me for advice, Drippy. That makes me feel helpful. And wait, Drippy, did you join the Discord? I can't remember. If you did, can you please post a picture of your bunnies? And if you did and I missed it, I'm sorry. I'm like so behind on my internet stuff. My dad, bless his heart, he has sent me 3 or 4 YouTube videos that are, he stays up late at night looking at YouTube, and it's cute because it's either space aliens or one of them was like a cute animal video, and maybe some Native American stuff. I can't remember, but I'm Dad, if you're watching, probably not, but if you are, I will look at those videos. Giant Bones Rock Band? Wait, what did I just see? Are you streaming tomorrow, Captain Kira? Yeah, I should be back. I'm gonna go boating, but I am going early in the morning. This was not my idea, by the way, to go early. This was my idea to go boating, not to. I'm gonna leave my house at 7:30 a.m. to do something fun. That's not my way on a Saturday morning. But you know what? I'm not the only one boating, and yeah. So yeah, but no, I will be streaming tomorrow night, and then I think I am going to this concert on Sunday, but it's at like 4. So I think there's no reason I can't be streaming Sunday night too. So yeah, I should be streaming like normal. Captain Kira on vocals, Hewlin Mall on drums. Restorian on keyboard. I'm on rhythm bass. Oh, AJ Punk on the bass. Triple R on rhythm guitar. Mikey on lead guitar and Hook on lead. Okay, I love this. We're gonna have a lot of guitars, 2 bass players. Okay, I love that idea. You guys, I love bass. You guys, that would be you have no idea how much I would love that. Yeah. Giant Buns band. We got the Giant Buns wrestling team, and now we got the Giant Buns band. Sluggo is huge. What about Daniel and Wes? Um, there's other instruments, guys. We got wait a minute, Chris Dorian on the accordion? Or did you already put him on an instrument? Yeah, wait. Oh, he's gonna be on keyboard. Well, yeah, and he can also double up on accordion, 'cause that's another key instrument. Drippy, bye everyone. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Drippy, Drippy Dripsters. See you soon. Give your bunnies a kiss for me. I probably won't be on the live stream tomorrow. Oh, I know why. Kristen Cheyenne Star Triple R. Kristen Cheyenne Star. She's going to the homecoming dance. And she what okay. She'll be driving in her car. No, she won't, because you're not driving it. But how are you getting to the dance? And I wanna see pictures of you in the black homecoming dress. And I wanna see the young man as well that you're going to the dance with, because I need to see if I approve of this young man. What are his intentions with you? What are his people? Who are his people? What does he want to be when he grows up? Um, and, yes, I wanna hear everything, and if he's mean to you at all, Kristen, send him my way, okay? He's rude, mean, if he doesn't open the door for you, and I hope he gets you, like, the little flower thing, to wear. What do you call that? The, corsage. I hope he gets you a corsage, either for your wrist or for your dress, and then you're gonna have to get him a boutonniere, You're gonna have to get him a little, flower to wear in his lapel, his suit lapel. Did you know that tradition, Kristen? You're gonna have to go over to the grocery store or to somewhere and get a little boutonniere for your date. Um, if there would be a Giant Buns band. Oh, J. Steven Weatherall. Oh my gosh, I would love to have him play guitar in the Giant Buns band. We'd be very lucky. Wes and Daniel, yeah, what did they play? You like your band instrument? Uh-huh. Have you guys seen Judge Mathis before? Oh, I don't know, Kristen. I've heard of him. We've been on and is on the Waffle Pone stream. He is. Depends on what genre band this would be. He didn't ask me permission. Oh, to ask out Kristen Cheyenne Star Triple R, my adopted daughter. I know. She has to go through the Giant Buns dudes. Especially, I think AJ Punk is like my Giant Buns bouncer. I've got a couple mods, Hewlin Mall, and I've got Woody Woodland Loops, and then Mikey. But AJ Punk's like really important. He's like the Giant Buns bouncer. And you know what? When you need a bouncer, and you need a good one. And AJ Punk would not mess around. I would trust him as to be my bouncer in life, you know? You also got yelled at because I punched a guy in his side because he hit me in my arm like 5 times. Kristen, what? Okay, I went to high school. There was no hitting. The last time there was hitting was I remember a boy elbowed me really hard while I was walking down the hallway in junior high. 7th grade, 8th grade, I don't remember which one it was. He really hurt me too. And, but junior high was like Lord of the Flies. It was I was gonna say it was like a pack of wolves, but wolves actually treat each other way better than junior high kids do. And there was a boy I used to kick up until probably through junior high because he chased me and my family's chihuahua. Or we No, no. He used to yell things. I don't know. I don't even know, how does this stuff start? I think he would say stuff to me that I didn't like, and then I would end up chasing him with the chihuahua, and he was really scared of the chihuahua, and then, like, uh oh, no, there wasn't kicking, there wasn't kicking. No, 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 that was way earlier. That was way earlier. That was in, like, grade school. But, yeah, there was a boy that, was my neighbor, and he just could not see me without saying stuff, and then I would always have the chihuahua with me, taking her for a walk, and then I would chase him with the chihuahua, and he would, like, run screaming. He seemed like he was really scared of this chihuahua, and I would chase him back into his house, and, but Kristen, what's up with the hitting? What's up with the hitting? Kira kicks kids. We's banana now, were you on Waffle Po? Did you call in? I wish I coulda seen that. Tell me what happened. We's banana split, now I want a banana split. We's banana split, now I'm getting hungry. We's banana split, he's got the yummiest name on giant buns. We all want to have a We's banana split. Alf the alien? ALF? Jack seemed confused about the name Shulamale. Did he seem confused? Wait, you didn't call? I thought someone was just saying that you were on. Oh, did someone just see you in the chat? Okay, okay. I thought someone was telling me that you were calling in right now, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm missing it." Um, alt rock for sure. Daniel can be on the sax. Oh my gosh, Daniel, that'd be cool. Wes can do something crazy and play the cello. Um, true, he could. I would little alt rock cello. Who was it? There was someone I saw on tour, and he just had he was mainly guitar and cello, and then he would sit down and play piano a little bit, but it worked. Um, guys, we have 9 minutes left, although I could go over a little bit. Keelan Mully, wait, you were at the gym. I was starting to read that. You were at the gym, blah, and then you retracted it. Maybe I can learn a harmonica? Oh yeah, that would be cool. Do you not know how Alf is? You mean the, like, Muppet guy, Alf? Like, wasn't that a TV show, Alf? I was at the gym when Hulin Malay was mentioned on the stream and wasn't. How are we going to make this work or agree on anything? No idea. With the band? I don't know. I don't know, but I like this. I like this. Um, it might be kinda rocky and it might be chaotic, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't do it. Dusty, that doesn't mean it wouldn't be fun. And, I mean, what would the music sound like with all of us being, like, all over the place and not none of us are in the same room? Hey, only one way to find out, guys. But, okay, so we have 8 people. We've nice people, Friday night, yes, the TV show, I'm rewatching it all over again. Kristen, you are so funny. We should all watch Alf with Kristen on the Discord. We could get in the call-in room with Kristen, and we could all Kristen, you could pop up Alf for us on your computer, and we could all watch with you. That was that was just kind of a silly and fun show. I like that you're watching that, Kristen. That's good. That sounds lighthearted, you know? You're, like, constantly beating up people, and you've got all these crazy like, this relative and your neighbor, and, like, and the teacher's yelling at you. I mean, you just need a little Alf in your life. Alf looks like you. Okay, Kristen. Oh my gosh. Kristen is funny. Kristen's character. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Kristen, you're a tall, beautiful girl. Okay. She looks like Alf. Oh my gosh. It's like the most unexpected thing you could have said, Kristen. You're hilarious. Um, okay. You never really got into Alf. I remember Crystal loves Alf. Kristen, Crystal loves Alf, and I remember liking Alf. I didn't see, like, a ton of it, but you definitely, as soon as I heard Alf, I was, like, starting to think about that show. I think cute and funny, and he was kinda, like, yeah, funny and, like, a little sarcastic, and anyway, guys, we have a nice audience here. AJ Punk, I'm gonna let you be the judge. Should we do some of 1984? I think we could at least finish the chapter. Oh gosh, we were on like chapter 8 or 9. I think probably 9. I'm trying to remember exactly what was happening. Okay, I know they had left O'Brien's house. And that I can't now I can't remember exactly. I'd have to look. I'd have to look on the phone and see where exactly we left off. Season 1, episode 1, when he looked at the toilet and moved his head when the water moved. Just don't use all the hot water. Ha 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 ha. Okay. All right. I think these are Alf references, but yeah, guys, do we want to do 1984? Or do we want to chat? Because we've got like Hook is back, and we got, well, Drippy left, but Drippy's kind of new. Yeah, did anyone else? I mean, Kristen Shine Star, I know she's going to the big homecoming dance tomorrow. She's watching Alf. That's me. Okay, okay. But let me see if I can. Here's an idea for the winter. We start the streams an hour earlier. The first hour is for chit chatting, and the last hour is for reading. But you vote for 1984? Okay. AJ Punk, I value reading enough that I would consider that. Now if we started at 7, uh, hopefully we could still get our West Coast people. I think some of the West Coast people, just like the California people, just don't really watch for the most part unless it's the weekend, but maybe they could catch it on the weekend. But thing is, in the middle of the winter, like the really short days, 7 o'clock would probably be way better for me, honestly. Cool. We're gonna do 1984. Okay, Kristen wants 94. Okay, let's get it. We're gonna get it. hope I can find exactly where it was. Okay, the end of chapter here. I remember reading this. As Winston stood up, O'Brien held out a hand. His powerful grip crushed the bones of Winston's palm. At the door, Winston looked back, but O'Brien seemed already to be in the process of putting him out of mind. He was waiting with his hand on the switch that controlled the telescreen. Beyond him, Winston could see the writing table with its green-shaded lamp and the speakwrite in the wire baskets deep laden with papers. The incident was closed. Within 30 seconds, it occurred to him O'Brien would be back at his interrupted and important work on behalf of the party. Okay, we read that. I remember that. So forward to the next part. Let's see. What was part 2, chapter 9? Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, this is new then. This is new. Chapter 9. We're gonna perfect. Winston was gelatinous with fatigue. Gelatinous was the right word. It had come into his head spontaneously. His body seemed to have not only the weakness of a jelly, but its translucency. He felt that if he held up his hand, he would be able to see the light through it. All the blood and lymph had been drained out of him by an enormous debauch of work, leaving only a frail structure of nerves, bones, and skin. All sensations seemed to be magnified. His overalls fretted his shoulders, the pavement tickled his feet. Even the opening and closing of a hand was an effort that made his joints creak. He had worked more than 90 hours in 5 days. So had everyone else in the ministry. Now it was all over, and he had literally nothing to do. No party work of any description until tomorrow morning. He could spend 6 hours in the hiding place and another 9 in his own bed. Slowly, in mild afternoon sunshine, he walked up a dingy street in the direction of Mr. Charrington's shop, keeping one eye open for the trolls, but irrationally convinced that this afternoon there was no danger of anyone interfering with him. The heavy briefcase that he was carrying bumped against his knee at each step, sending a tingling sensation up and down the skin of his leg. Inside, inside it was the book, which he had now, which he had, which he had now had in his possession for 6 days, and had not yet opened nor even looked at. On the 6th day of Hate Week, after the processions, the speeches, the shouting, the singing, the banners, the posters, the films, the waxworks, the rolling of the drums, the squealing of trumpets, the tramp of marching feet, the grinding of the caterpillars of tanks, the roar of massed planes, the booming of guns. After 6 days of this, when the great orgasm was quivering to its climax and the general hatred of Eurasia had boiled up into such delirium that if the crowd could have got their hands on the 2,000 Eurasian war criminals who were to be publicly hanged on the last day of the proceedings, they would unquestionably have torn them to pieces. At just this moment, it had been announced that Oceania was not, after all, at war with Eurasia. Oceania was at war with Eastasia. Eurasia was an ally. There was, of course, no admission that any change had taken place. Merely, it became known with extreme suddenness and everywhere at once that East Asia and not Eurasia was the enemy. Winston was taking part in a demonstration in one of the central London squares at the moment when it happened. It was night, and the white faces and the scarlet banners were luridly floodlit. The square was packed with several thousand people, including a block of about 1,000 school children in the uniform of the spies. On a scarlet draped platform, an orator of the inner party, a small, lean man with disproportionately long arms and a large, bald skull, over which a few lank locks straggled, was haranguing the crowd. Did I say that right? Haranguing? No, haranguing the crowd. A little Rumpelstiltskin figure contorted with hatred. He gripped the neck of the microphone with one hand, while the other, enormous at the end of a bony arm, clawed the arm menacingly above his head. His voice, made metallic by the amplifiers, boomed forth an endless catalogue of atrocities, massacres, deportations, lootings, raping, torture of prisoners, bombing of civilians, lying propaganda, unjust aggressions, broken treaties. It was almost impossible to listen to him without being first convinced and then maddened. At every few moments, the fury of the crowd boiled over, and the voice of the speaker was drowned by a wild, beast like roaring that rose uncontrollably from thousands of throats. The most savage yells of all came from the school children. The speech had been proceeding for perhaps 20 minutes. A messenger hurried onto the platform and a scrap of paper was slipped into the speaker's hand. He unrolled it and read it without pausing in his speech. Nothing altered in his voice or manner, or in the context of what he was saying, but suddenly the names were different. Without words said, a wave of understanding rippled through the crowd. Oceania was at war with East Asia. The next moment, there was a tremendous commotion. The banners and posters with which the square was decorated were all wrong. Quite half of them had the wrong faces on them. It was sabotage. The agents of Goldstein had been at work. There was a riotous interlude while posters were ripped from the walls, banners torn to shreds and trampled underfoot. The spies performed prodigies of activity in clambering over the rooftops and cutting the streamers that fluttered from the chimneys. But within 2 or 3 minutes, it was all over. The orator, still gripping the neck of the microphone, his shoulders hunched forward, his free hand clawing at the air, had gone straight on with his speech. 1 minute more, the feral roars of rage were again bursting from the crowd. The hate continued exactly as before, except that the target had been changed. The thing that impressed Winston in looking back was that the speaker had switched from one line to the other actually in mid sentence, not only without a pause, but without even breaking the syntax. But at the moment, he had other things to preoccupy him. Hmm. It was during the moment of disorder, while the posters were being torn down, that a man whose face he did not see had tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, I think you've dropped your briefcase." He took the briefcase abstractedly without speaking. He knew that it would be days before he had an opportunity to look inside it. The instant that the demonstration was over, he went straight to the Ministry of Truth. Keep wanting to say the Ministry of Magic. The Ministry of Truth, though the time was now nearly 23 hours. The entire staff of the ministry had done likewise. The orders already issuing from the telescreen, recalling them to their posts, were hardly necessary. Oceania was at war with East Asia. Oceania had always been at war with East Asia. A large part of the political literature of 5 years was now completely obsolete. Reports and records of all kinds, newspapers, books, pamphlets, films, soundtracks, photographs, all had to be rectified at lightning speed. Although no directive was ever issued, it was known that the chiefs of the department intended that within 1 week, no reference to the war with Eurasia or the alliance with East Asia should remain in existence anywhere. The work was overwhelming, all the more so because the processes that it involved could not be called by their true names. Everyone in the records department worked 18 hours in the 24 with 2 3-hour snatches of sleep. Mattresses were brought up from the cellars and pitched all over the corridors. Meals consisted of sandwiches and victory coffee, wheeled around on trolleys by attendants from the canteen. Each time that Winston broke off for one of his spells of sleep, he tried to leave his desk clear of work, and each time that he crawled back sticky-eyed and aching, it was to find that another shower of paper cylinders had covered the desk like a snowdrift, half burying the speakwrite and overflowing onto the floor, so that the first job was always to stack them into a neat enough pile to give him room to work. What was worst of all was that the work was by no means purely mechanical. Often it was enough merely to substitute one name for another, but any detailed report of events demanded care and imagination. Even the geographical knowledge that one needed in transferring the war from one part of the world to another was considerable. You guys, this is not exactly like this section of 1984 where he's rewriting history. Although, um, if you guys have been watching the news at all, something that I've been paying attention to was the Trump administration. Donald Trump had ordered a lot of the national parks and things such as that to take down some of the references to slavery and slave owning by George Washington, and that famous, I think it was down in Georgia at one of the national parks. um, they removed that famous painting of a slave who had been lashed, and whipped and had a scarred back because it was making America look bad to get reminded of all the slavery times. And I think there was even something about like the Civil War. Not to mention that, slavery was a big part of, why we fought the Civil War. But another thing I found out today, you guys, and I'm sure anyone who's been watching the news, is that Donald Trump actually, with Jimmy Kimmel and the whole controversial thing with Jimmy Kimmel, and his late night show, I guess Donald Trump threatened ABC unless they fired Jimmy Kimmel. He said that he would direct the FCC to take away ABC's broadcasting license. And you guys, when I hear stuff like that, it really makes me think of the whole Big Brother thing in 1984, like controlling the media. And so, like, right now we're reading kind of like a controlling the media part, where they're trying to rewrite all of the history, with the television, the radio stuff, the books, the posters, everything. So anyway, it just reminded me of this whole like Donald Trump telling ABC that he would make the FCC, that's Federal Communications Commission, he would make the FCC revoke their broadcasting license unless they fired, did Trump's bidding, fired Jimmy Kimmel. But it makes you think, like, what's next? What happened to freedom of speech? Anyway, that's kind of big stuff, guys. And 1984 is exactly referencing all of this stuff that's currently going on in our country. By the third day, his eyes ached unbearably, and his spectacles needed wiping every few minutes. It was like struggling with some crushing physical task, something with which one had the right to refuse and which one was nevertheless neurotically anxious to accomplish. Insofar insofar as he had time to remember it, he was not troubled by the fact that every word he murmured into the speakwrite, every stroke of his ink pencil was a deliberate lie. He was as anxious as anyone else in the department that the forgery should be perfect. On the morning of the sixth day, the dribble of cylinders slowed down. For as much as half an hour, nothing came out of the tube, then one more cylinder, then nothing. Everywhere at about the same time the work was easing off. A deep and, as it were, secret sigh went through the department. A mighty deed which could never be mentioned had been achieved. It was now impossible for any human being to prove by documentary evidence that the war with Eurasia had ever happened. At 1200, it was unexpectedly announced that all workers in the ministry were free till tomorrow morning. Winston, still carrying the briefcase containing the book, which had remained between his feet while he worked and under his body while he slept, went home, shaved himself, and almost fell asleep in his bath, although the water was barely more than tepid. With a sort of voluptuous creaking in his joints, he climbed the stair above Mr. Charrington's shop. He was tired, but not sleepy any longer. He opened the window, lit the dirty little oil stove, and put on a pan of water for coffee. Julia would arrive presently. Meanwhile, there was the book. He sat down in the sluttish armchair and undid the straps of the briefcase. A heavy black volume, amateurishly bound, with no name or title on the cover. The print also looked slightly irregular. The pages were worn at the edges and fell apart easily as though the book had passed through many hands. The inscription on the title page ran, "The Theory and Practice of Oligarchical Collectivism," by Emmanuel Goldstein. Winston began reading. Chapter 1. Ignorance is Strength. Throughout recorded time, and probably since the end of the Neolithic Age, there have been three kinds of people in the world: the high, the middle, and the low. They have been subdivided in many ways. They have borne countless different names, and their relative numbers, as well as their attitude towards one another, have varied from age to age, but the essential structure of society has never altered. Even after enormous upheavals and seemingly irrevocable changes, the same pattern has always reasserted itself, just as a gyroscope will always return to equilibrium, however it is pushed one way or the other. The aims of these groups are entirely irreconcilable. Winston stopped reading. chiefly in order to appreciate the fact that he was reading in comfort and safety. He was alone, no telescreen, no ear at the keyhole, no nervous impulse to glance over his shoulder or cover the page with his hand. The sweet summer air played against his cheek. From somewhere far away, there floated the faint shouts of children. In the room itself, there was no sound except the insect voice of the clock. He settled deeper into the armchair and put his feet up on the fender. It was bliss. It was eternity. Suddenly, as one sometimes does with a book of which one knows that one will ultimately read and reread every word, he opened it at a different place and found himself at chapter 3. He went on reading. Chapter 3: War is Peace. The splitting up of the world into three great superstates was an event which could be and indeed was foreseen before the middle of the 20th century. With the absorption of Europe by Russia and of the British Empire by the United States, two of the three existing powers, Eurasia and Oceania, were already effectively in being. The third, Eastasia, only emerged as a distinct unit after another decade of confused fighting. The frontiers between the three superstates are in some places arbitrary, and in others they fluctuate according to the fortunes of war, but in general they follow geographical lines. Eurasia comprises the whole of the northern part of the European and Asiatic landmass, from Portugal to the Bering Strait. Oceania comprises the Americas, the Atlantic islands, including the British Isles, Australasia, and the southern portion of Africa. Eastasia, smaller than the others and with a less definite western frontier, comprises China and the countries to the south of it, the Japanese islands, and a large but fluctuating portion of Manchuria, Mongolia, and Tibet. In one combination or another, these three superstates are permanently at war and have been so for the past 25 years. War, however, is no longer the desperate, annihilating struggle that it was in the early decades of the 20th century. It is a warfare of limited aims between combatants who are unable to destroy one another, no material cause for fighting, and are not divided by any genuine ideological difference. This is not to say that either the conduct of war or the prevailing attitude towards it has become less bloodthirsty or more chivalrous. On the contrary, war hysteria is continuous and universal in all countries, and such acts as raping, looting, the slaughter of children, the reduction of whole populations to slavery, and reprisals against prisoners, which extend even to boiling and burying alive, looked upon as normal, and when they are committed by one's own side and not by the enemy, meritorious. But in a physical sense, war involves very small numbers of people, mostly highly trained specialists, and causes comparatively few casualties. The fighting, when there is any, takes place on the vague frontiers whose whereabouts the average man can only guess at, or around the floating fortresses which guard strategic spots on the sea lanes. Centers of civilization, war means no more than a continuous shortage of consumption goods and the occasional crash of a rocket bomb, which may cause a few scores of deaths. War has in fact wait, uh, war has in fact changed its character. More exactly, the reasons for which war is waged have changed in their order of importance. Motives which were already small, present to some small extent in the great wars of the early 20th century have now become dominant and are consciously recognized and acted upon. And to understand the nature of the present war, for in spite of the regrouping which occurs every few years, it is always the same war. One must realize in the first place that it is impossible for it to be decisive. None of the three superstates could be definitively conquered, even by the other two in combination. They are too evenly matched, and their natural defenses are too formidable. Eurasia is protected by its vast land spaces, Oceania by the width of the Atlantic and the Pacific, East Asia by the fecundity and industriousness of its inhabitants. Secondly, there is no longer, in a material sense, anything to fight about. With the establishment of self contained economies in which production and consumption are geared to one another, the scramble for markets, which was a main cause of previous wars, has come to an end. While the competition for raw materials is no longer a matter of life and death, in any case, each of the three superstates is so vast that it can obtain almost all the materials that it needs within its own boundaries. Insofar as the war has a direct economic purpose, it is a war for labor power. Between the frontiers of the superstates, and not permanently in the possession of any of them, there lies a rough quadrilateral with its corners at Tangier, Brazzaville, Darwin, and Hong Kong, containing within it about a fifth of the population of the earth. It is for the possession of these thickly populated regions and of the northern ice cap that the three powers are constantly struggling. In practice, no one power ever controls the whole of the disputed area. Portions of it are constantly changing hands, and it is the chance of seizing this or that fragment by a sudden stroke of treachery that dictates the endless changes of alignment. All of the disputed territories contain valuable minerals. Some of them yield important vegetable products, such as rubber, which in colder climates it is necessary to synthesize by comparatively expensive methods. But above all, they contain a bottomless reserve of cheap labor. Whichever power controls equatorial Africa, or the countries of the Middle East, or southern India, or the Indonesian archipelago, disposes also of the bodies of scores or hundreds of millions of ill-paid and hard-working coolies. The inhabitants of these areas, reduced more or less opening to the status of slaves, pass continually from conqueror to conqueror, affected like so much coal or oil in the race, to turn out more armaments, to capture more territory, to control more labor power, to turn out more armaments, to capture more territory, and so on indefinitely. It should be noted that the fighting never really moves beyond the edges of the disputed areas. The frontiers of Eurasia flow back and forth between the basin of the Congo and the northern shore of the Mediterranean. Islands of the Indian Ocean and the Pacific are constantly being captured and recaptured by Oceania or by East Asia. In Mongolia, the dividing line between Eurasia and East Asia is never stable. Round the pole, all three powers lay claim to enormous territories, which, in fact, are largely uninhabited and unexplored. But the balance of power always remains roughly even, and the territory which forms the heartland of each superstate always remains inviolate. Moreover, the labor of the exploited peoples round the equator is not really necessary to the world's economy. They add nothing to the wealth of the world, since whatever they produce is used for purposes of war, and the object of waging a war is always to be in a better position in which to wage another war. By their labor, the slave populations allow the tempo of continuous warfare to be speeded up. But if they did not exist, structure of world society and the process by which it maintains itself would not be essentially different. Just trying to think how much more of this chapter we have. Well, guys, it's almost 9:30. We still have quite a bit of this chapter. There it is. The primary aim of warfare. Yes, that's the beginning of this next. Guys, do we want to what do we want to do? Let me check you guys out in the chat and see how everyone's doing. The New Adventures of Winnie. Oh, I love Winnie the Pooh. Gummy Bear. Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain. The Rats. I love to see what you guys are talking about when I'm not here. So cute. I got a bunch of Rugrats. I got these Rugrats. Excuse me, you guys. So, do we want to continue it all or thank you, Kira? Yeah. Let's wrap it up and then I will the purpose of war. That is the start of the next paragraph. So I will continue there. I want to eat some food. I want to chill. I want to kind of wrap up. I've had a very kind of athletic in the sense that I didn't do anything athletic besides like major cleaning and moving heavy furniture, heavy rugs, washing the rugs, and lots of grocery shopping for these babies and a bunch of other errands that I did downtown. Oh, guys, tomorrow, I won't talk about it tonight. I have an interesting subject I have just gotten into. And I went to the library this morning to research it and try to find some books on it. Totally some weird stuff. Can't wait to talk about it tomorrow. But guys, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We had an awesome time. We had awesome people in the chat. Welcome back, Hook. I don't know if you're still around, but yeah, we had all my favorites were here. Maybe missing a few. Virginia, you weren't here, but wait a minute. Oh, I missed some other stuff. I'd like to see a cooking baking segment, cooking with Kira. Oh my gosh, and Mikey would too. I'm gonna get my kitchen spick and span, cleaned up, looking cute, and we will do a cooking segment. I would love to do. I'm so glad you guys want that. Cooking with Kira. But let me say goodnight to everyone. Cat Dog and the Wild Thornberries. Krista has some fun stuff that she watches. But Angry Beavers, Kristen, listen, have a fabulous time at that dance tomorrow if I don't. Because you're gonna be at the dance while I'm streaming. Ooh, maybe you can call in and we can patch you in to the stream tomorrow, Kristen, from your dance. And we could have AJ Punk check out the guy and make sure he's okay. Make sure he approves. Good night, Mr. Weeze Banana Na. Much love to you. Much love to Kristen. I can't wait to see pictures of you in your pretty dress, your pretty black dress. Much love to Hulan Muli and Miss Lucy Goosey. Much love to Banana, Mr. Wee's banana. Much love to AJ Punk in the house. Much love to who else do we have? Hooksta. Where are you, Hookster? Much love to Mikey and L all the way from the Netherlands. That reminds me of Neverland. I wanna grow up like Mikey and L from the Neverland of the Netherlands. To Netherlands. Much love to Crystal with a K. So glad you have been with us. Wow. See, much love to Prestorian. Much love to Drippy. I know you're not here anymore, but we're glad that you showed up. I think that's about it, guys. But let's pop up some music and wrap it up for the night. Big love from a big guy, AJ Punk. I can still message on Discord, but your YouTube won't work. Oh, no fair. That is no bueno. All right, guys. Pop up song. Been sitting for so long. I'm like, I can. I did. Did she climb over to make it out? I'm gonna have to be active with this and these things with the bunny. One of these days I won't be able to grab it.
Donkey the rabbit munching cookies all night. Sugar rush plays in a crazy delight. Nibbling faces in a frenzied haze. Friends confused in his cookie craze. He hops through chaos in the midnight dark. Cookies in his paws leaving a sweet mark. Face is bitten with a playful bite. Donkey's world, a funny sight. Donkey the rabbit, sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, crunching all remains. Cookies crumble, falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Chasing shadows under the moon's bright glare. Cookies his obsession like he don't care. Friends watch in shock as he takes a bite. Donkey's love for cookies just feels right. He grins, mischievous eyes so wild. The chaos around him driving friends mild. Cookies drop, crumbs scatter in the bush. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Bite mark stories on furry cheeks. Donkey the rabbit at his cookie peak. Friends band together, a loving chase. Donkey's cookie craze never will hush. Shingle face, nibble pace. Donkey the rabbit, but sugar in his veins. Nibble on your face, nibble on your face. Cookies crumb, big brother falling to the floor. Donkey want more, can't ignore. Plans ignore. Donkey want more, can't ignore.
rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops. Eat the cookie, the cookie cat. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating, 'cause he's a cookie cat. Donkey the rabbit, the cookie muncher. He can never get enough cookies. He never stops eating, 'cause he's a cookie cat. 1, 2, 3, 4.